You finally sit down at your desk to tackle that big project. You tell yourself, just a quick scroll before I dive in. You pull out your phone. Suddenly, 45 minutes are completely gone. You haven't typed a single word. And somehow, you feel more drained than when you started. Sound familiar? Drop a yes in the comments if this exact scenario happened to you literally today. We've all been there. We trade our prime, high-energy morning hours for cheap dopamine hits, and then wonder why we're hitting a wall by the 2 p.m. slump. But what if I told you that this isn't a time management problem? And it's definitely not a lack of discipline. In fact, most of the productivity gurus online have been lying to you about why you procrastinate. Here is the uncomfortable truth. You aren't lazy. Your brain is just doing exactly what evolution wired it to do, taking the path of least resistance. I'm actually curious to hear your take on this. Do you think modern tech apps are deliberately weaponized against us? Or are we just a generation losing our willpower? Let's debate that down below. Think about what happens the second you hit a roadblock. Maybe it's a passive-aggressive email you don't want to answer, a blank Google Doc staring back at you, or a project that just feels way too massive. That tiny spike of friction triggers a literal micro-stress response in your nervous system. Your brain flags the work as danger. It says, I don't like this feeling. Let's find something safe. So, your thumb goes on autopilot, swiping right to your favorite app. It's an emotional escape hatch. You aren't doom scrolling because you actually care about what's on your feed. You're doing it to numb the discomfort of the actual work in front of you. This creates a vicious cycle that is silently destroying your attention span. The more you use your screen to escape friction, the lower your baseline tolerance for hard work becomes. You reach a point where you can't even handle basic chores in silence. You need a podcast playing just to fold your laundry, or a YouTube video in the background just to eat lunch. Be honest with me right now. What's the one mundane task you absolutely refuse to do without background noise? For me, it's washing dishes. Let me know yours. Because of this constant noise, our minds are losing the ability to just sit in silence. And when you finally block off time for deep, meaningful work, the quiet becomes deafening. Your brain hits the panic button because it's been conditioned to expect a constant IV drip of low-effort entertainment. So how do we actually snap out of it? Most people will tell you to go off the grid, do a miserable 30-day dopamine detox, or buy a timed logbox for your iPhone. Spoiler alert, dopamine detoxes are mostly a scam. You don't need extreme measures. You just need to master a psychological trick I call the 5-minute pause. The next time you feel that urge to bail on a tough task, don't force yourself to start working immediately. That just causes more panic. Instead, just sit there. Set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes and push it across the desk. You don't have to work, but you absolutely cannot open a distraction. Look at the wall. Breathe. Let yourself be profoundly bored. By doing this, you allow that initial wave of anxiety to peak and wash over you. You're proving to your nervous system that a little friction won't kill you. Before the timer even goes off, your brain will crave stimulation so badly that the task in front of you is going to look a lot more interesting than staring at drywall. You stop fighting your own mind, and you finally give it the space it needs to lock in and focus. Try this tomorrow morning and save this video so you can come back and tell me if it actually worked. What task are you going to use the 5-minute pause on first?